there are things you will be shocked to find out that Sony is money hatting. They are like locking up for time exclusivity of like, wow, that's like that is a game that you're choosing, not because it's bad, because it's huge. So I am interested to see where this conversation is going to be in a couple of months, because there are games that are widely accepted as multi-platform that Sony is locking up for a little while. So I would not be shocked if they did something insane like that.
As you would have heard in the short clip I just played, Imran Khan, former game informant, now works for Kinda Funny Games Daily, is dropping bombs. Now, he's quite respectable, has a lot of inside information, and has been right about a lot of things. Most recently, he was right about Rocksteady actually working on a Suicide Squad game. So what he said will have massive ramifications for the next generation. So he said Sony has a locked in PlayStation 5 timed exclusive for games widely known as multi-platforms, and he says people will be shocked. So Sony is back up to their own little tricks, but me here personally, I believe that everyone can buy both consoles. If you have a mobile phone and you have a half decent contract, it's going to cost you like £1,000 per year or something like that. So it's cheaper than a phone contract per year to buy both the consoles, so there is really no excuse not to have them. So what is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. 100,000 subscribe mark, I will be giving away something so damn cool, and it could change one of you guys' lives, so make sure to subscribe. If you could check me out on Twitter, WarstuG, follow me over there, will be cool, and on Instagram at Warstu. So let's get into this video. So, going into next generation of video games, it's looking rather interesting if you're a PlayStation user. So at the moment, we have the Xbox Series X that seems to be more focused on this Disney Plus, this Netflix streamed service, basically giving you the games for $1 a month rather than you buying the games like PlayStation prefer you to do. So it's going to be interesting. One seems to be focused on exclusives, whereas one seems to be focused on getting their games on every single platform, but sorry, PlayStation won't let you do that. So at the moment, PlayStation is destroying it with exclusives, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and many other games still to be announced. So recently, Amir Khan dropped bombs with his comments, which are really interesting because I didn't see this coming. A lot of people didn't see this coming. So on Thursday, I believe it was, or this article says yesterday, and the article was published on the 7th of August, which would make it Thursday. He said the following: Amir Khan has claimed that Sony has locked down timed exclusives for some huge games widely known as multi-platform titles. Over the past couple of weeks, several sources, including Amir Khan, have suggested that Sony has been holding back third-party announcements. There's more. Khan said last month they're holding on to some things that I'm really surprised they're holding on to, and I would be shocked if they'd showed them soon. Some rumors suggest that this could be PlayStation getting exclusivity to Final Fantasy 16, but let's be honest, PlayStation had Final Fantasy games exclusives for years, so I wouldn't really be surprised about that. Khan has now talked a bit more about Sony's alleged timed exclusive, which are said to be rather shocking due to the insane popularities of these multi-platform titles. We've included the latest Funny Games Daily podcast in the link down below if you want to check out the full mantra for it. So what could it be? There are rumors going around that GTA 6 is going to be on PlayStation for 1 year longer, well, 1 year before Xbox get it, and it does make a lot of sense, so to speak. We know GTA is basically going online now, so GTA Online is going to be a separate entity, so to speak. There's so many games. It could be the next Batman game. It could be the Suicide Squad game, because they've announced the Suicide Squad game being revealed at the DC Fandome event on August the 22nd, which is a first approaching, but they haven't said what it's on, have they? So he also said there are things you'll be shocked to find that Sony is money hitting. The ex-senior Game Informer editor said that they are like locking up timed exclusives of like, wow, this is a game you're choosing, not because it's bad, because it's huge. So I'm interested to see where the conversation is going to be in a couple of months, because there are games that are widely accepted as multi-platform that Sony is locking up for a little while. So I would not be shocked if they did something insane like that. So then it goes on to say the following, that Grand Theft Auto 6 and Final Fantasy 16 are rumored. What is also interesting is everyone seems to say that Microsoft, Xbox has so much money. Now let's be clear here, guys. Xbox is not Microsoft's biggest moneymaker at all, is it? No. In the first quarter of this year, PlayStation, Sony made more profit than any other games company. We're talking about Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation. So this was said. Microsoft was willing to make offers as well, but they didn't want to pay the asking price, as Sony went with some very high offers in the first place to secure these deals. It's not like Microsoft aren't willing to offer, they just didn't want to pay the asking price. Sony approached with pretty high numbers. So yes, we've always get this kind of debate with the Xbox community where they say Microsoft has so much money. Well, why don't they start tapping up some, games then? Khan also highlighted the following, how the PlayStation 5 Advantage branding, the console exclusive wording will be seen everywhere in the next couple of years. That PlayStation Advantage branding and console exclusive wording will both go hand in hand going forward, which is interesting. There isn't a major third party out there that Sony failed to approach asking what kind of deals they could work out. Some had content, some had games, some had content and more. So what is interesting, it seems like Sony PlayStation have literally hit up every single studio and were like, yeah, can we just have this on PlayStation for 1 year prior? Now I know many people would say the PlayStation is anti-consumer, but I think this is pro-consumer. It's giving you a reason to buy it. Like I said in the prologue of the video, guys, if you can afford to have an iPhone, have the latest Samsung phone, say on like a contract for £40-50 a month, then you can afford both consoles, even if they are £50 a month. Now, what I think would be the most interesting possible case here would be if they announce at DC Fandome that the next Batman game is exclusively on the PlayStation 5 for the first year. That would be absolutely insane. Sony PlayStation does make a lot of money, but for some reason in the 21st century there is this kind of, I guess you could say, vibe that PlayStation is a poor company. It's not. So Spider-Man kicks people in, God of War kicks people in, Horizon Zero Dawn kicks people in, Uncharted kicks people in, Ratchet and Clank kicks people in, and now they're looking at using the third party multi-platform games to go, yo, I know we can't have Final Fantasy VII Remake as an exclusive, but they got it as a tiny exclusive for 1 year, and it looks like they're going to be doing a lot of this. It looks like they're going in. Some people will call this dirty, some people will call this anti-consumer, some people will call this bad business. It's great business. It's not the best practice, but competition breeds greatness. And I think this is pretty cool. But like I said, guys, if there is a really cool game that you want, just buy the console to get it, because PlayStation are not going to stick like God of War or anything like that anytime soon on any other platform. Although Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC did sell well, I don't really think they're going to shove every single game on there. So it is interesting, guys. Let me know what you think about PlayStation going forward. Major third-party title exclusives. There is also supposed to apparently be a PlayStation 5 event on the 20th of August, which is 2 days before DC Fandome event, where we're going to get some details. We need to get the price because we're nearly at the end of August. August only just started. And then the consoles are rumoredly coming out in November. So August, September, October, November. So literally, people need to know the prices. We need to know the full specs. They cannot keep holding everything back. I know what it is. It's a cat and mouse. Xbox is waiting for PlayStation. PlayStation is waiting for Xbox. When realistically, guys, they both know exactly what the price is of the consoles. PlayStation already said they are gonna not hold back. The prices will be high, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's literally no difference between the costing in both the PlayStation. Just because you remove a disc drive, they get these parts that cheap when they buy them in millions and millions of units. If they can stick a graphics card that's that powerful and everyone's like, yeah, it's going to be less than £500, it's like, really? So if they can do that, you think the disc drive is going to probably be the cheapest part in the whole system. So like always, guys, let me know everything down below. I will be doing a few video game videos this throughout the weeks now, as you guys have noticed. Some of you guys are loving it, some of you guys are hating it, but guys, as I've always said on this channel, I cover everything pop culture based. Video games is part of the pop culture trend. So like always, I will always be focused on movies, DC, Marvel, pop culture based stuff. But video games comes into that, in my opinion. Loving all the support you guys are getting on these videos, the God of War videos, the Batman Arkham videos. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.